Hello there, Stevos, and welcome along to this week's episode of the weekly vlog right here on my YouTube channel. It is Monday afternoon, by the way. I'm currently listening to some music on my headphones. I've been in this Wetherspoons pub, Moon in the Square in Bournemouth, for the last hour. I'm going to say about an hour, over an hour and a half, I'd say. I've just been here drinking a coffee, which I've nearly finished, checking social media, just updating social media as well, and speaking to a couple of people on social media as well. This morning I went out, I went to the top of Bournemouth town and had some breakfast with my support worker and a couple of clients, and then straight after that I came here to the Moon in the Square in Bournemouth to have a coffee, because I'm currently waiting at the moment because I'm going to go to the cinema in the next few minutes, because I'm going to go and see a movie that I've been wanting to see for a while. It's been on my Letterboxd watch list for a very long time. It's called Looney Tunes: The Day the Earth Blew Up. Nostalgic, isn't it, watching Looney Tunes? So I'm going to go and watch that at the cinema very, very shortly. But I just thought I'd jump on, say hello, and just let you guys know that I've been in the Moon Square in Bournemouth, Wetherspoons pub, and I've had a coffee. At the moment, it's only me in the cinema screening. I tell you what, wouldn't it be good if it was just me and me only, no one else? I'd have a private cinema screening to see this film, Looney Tunes: The Day the Earth Blew Up. That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Anyway, I was going to also see another film today called Stitchhead as well, but it appears that Stitchhead is not showing at the time that it was scheduled to be showing, which was I think around about 3:10. It was only showing at 12:50 today, so I don't know what happened to the 3 o'clock showing, but so this is going to be the only showing that I'm seeing today at the cinema, is Looney Tunes: The Day the Earth Blew Up. Now, if you do want to see my thoughts on Looney Tunes: The Day the Earth Blew Up, then feel free to check out my movie wrap-up episode that is now available to watch on my YouTube channel, SteveOfficial, if you want to check that out. Anyway, I'm going to watch the film, and I'll speak to you guys. Good afternoon, everyone. It is Tuesday afternoon, by the way, and I've been to work, and I've come home from work, and this is what I've got for my lunch today on this Tuesday afternoon. I'm about to have some chicken korma with some egg fried rice, microwave-bought egg fried rice, which I was meant to have for my dinner last night, but I didn't eat it for my dinner last night, so I'm having it for my lunch today. And on my TV in my bedroom, I'm about to catch up with the first 25 minutes of today's Chris Moyle Show on Radio X on YouTube. It is Tuesday night, by the way, and it's not just Tuesday, it's Shrove Tuesday, also known as Pancake Day. So happy belated Pancake Day to all those watching this week's episode of the weekly vlog. Now, I don't think I did pancakes last year. I can't remember if I did, or if I did do pancakes last year, it's going to be similar to what I'm about to show you next in the weekly vlog, because obviously me being on my own, maybe next Pancake Day might be a little bit different. Maybe next Pancake Day, maybe my sister and my sister's partner, or even myself, we may decide to actually cook up some pancakes with some sugar and some honey, or some people have their pancakes with chocolate spread, or strawberries and cream, But me, though, this year, I decided to stop off at Castle Point on my way back home, and I stopped off at Asda to pick up some of their fresh pancakes. So there's 8 sweet pancakes in here, and I'm going to try my best to demolish all 8 sweet pancakes right now. They've been in the fridge all afternoon, so I'm going to try and demolish all 8 of them right now on this Tuesday evening. Good evening, everybody. It is Wednesday evening, by the way. We are halfway through this episode of the weekly vlog, and we are, of course, halfway through this week. Now, you're probably wondering, why on earth are you holding up a spoon? Because I'll show you why. I've currently got my microphone, right, my Bluetooth microphone. I saw this the other day on TikTok. I don't know, it was some sort of yogurt advert on TikTok. I saw someone holding a spoon with their microphone attached to the spoon. So I thought I would do it myself. So there we go. There it is, right there, my microphone, holding it up against. This is how it works. Look, there's a little clip right there, right? There's a clip right there that's holding it on the back, and then of course that there is on the front. There we are. Pretty cool, isn't it? I don't know if that's cool or not. I really don't know. Anyway, if you're probably wondering what I've been up to today, I'll tell you what I've been up to today. I have been to work. I have come home. I have caught up with today's episode of Coronation Street on ITVX. I've caught up with Monday, Tuesday, and today's episodes of Emmerdale on ITVX as well. I have also caught up with Monday, Tuesday, and today's episodes of EastEnders over on BBC iPlayer as well. I've seen a new YouTube video from Jeremy Johns, which was How to Make a Killing, which is a new movie that's coming out very, very soon. And also as well, I have caught up with this week's episode of the Harry Hill Show podcast over on YouTube. And I've also caught up with this week's Mystery Door episode that was uploaded to YouTube on Monday by Ant and Dec with a Hanging Out with Ant and Dec podcast. So I'm really enjoying the Hanging Out with Ant and Dec podcast, not going to lie. Definitely worth checking that out on YouTube if you have not yet checked that out. By the way, I have got something to reveal. I was going to watch some movies today, and that is still going to be the plan. I am going to watch some in a minute, I think. I was originally going to watch some from as soon as I got home from work, because I picked up this Dairy Milk and More chocolate bar. The Nutty Praline bar is what I picked up, which is on offer at the moment on Tesco Club Card. I do love it when they have them on offer, because honestly, that Dairy Milk and More is such a lovely chocolate bar. It really is. I do prefer the Nutty Praline one to the, I can't remember, is it like the caramel one or something like that? Anyway, but yeah, I do prefer that one. And I also picked up some popcorn as well, because I was going to watch movies all afternoon this afternoon, and then I didn't. Instead, I ended up catching up on all the shows that I have missed so far this week. So I'm all up to date now with all the shows that I have wanted to watch and catch up with. The only thing I didn't watch was Off the Hook, like the episode of Off the Hook this week, because it's a video game one, and I don't really... Not sound horrible, not sound harsh, but the video game ones aren't really my kind of thing, aren't really my cup of tea. I do prefer when they do like the food challenges, or they go into the kitchen and they do like food in the kitchen and stuff like that. However, though, they are going on tour. Off the Hook are going on tour around the UK. I believe it is from later this summer, if not going into September, and tickets were on sale today. I really, 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 really do wish that I could go to the one at the London Palladium, which is the nearest venue that they're probably doing locally to me. They're doing one in Glasgow, they're doing one in Manchester, and they're doing one up in Birmingham as well. And I think they're doing one in London as well, at the London Palladium. So if I was going to go and see them, it would have been the London Palladium, I think. So maybe I should do a tour. I'm a YouTuber. Maybe I should go on tour. Go up and down the country. Maybe I could just use this microphone that's attached to a spoon and do a show for everyone who watches my vlogs. Go up and down the country. That would be nice. Anyway, also as well, by the way, I've got some news to bring to you guys, actually. I've got some news to bring to you guys. Next week's episode of the weekly vlog And I've been talking to my friend Maxine today because next week she is going to be coming down to Bournemouth for a couple of days. So there is a likely chance that I will probably film some content with Maxine on Thursday, in Thursday's part of next week's episode of the weekly vlog. So I just thought I'd let you guys know. It has been over a year since I last saw Maxine. It was, back in January 2025 was when the last time I saw Maxine. It was literally 1 week after my mum passed away. But I tell you what, though, it was nice to see Maxine, and kind of let my hair down a little bit, and just kind of have a bit of escapism, which was really, really nice after everything I've obviously had just been through at the time. So it was really nice that I did get to spend some time with Maxine, and obviously I'm spending next week with Maxine as well, spending some time with her next week. So, if she's up for me vlogging content with her, I think she is going to be here with someone else as well. So if they're up for me including them in the vlogs as well, then, I'm more than happy to vlog with them both, and, they can appear in my next episode of the weekly vlog. So, and it'll be exciting for you guys as well, because, it's not often that I really get to film with people now, I do keep meaning to film scenes with Kieran every time I meet him, but then turns out I take my camera with me and then I never film. So, next time I meet Kieran, I definitely will do my best to film some content with him, And also as well, I'm going to say this now, later this year, I am planning, because I didn't go last year, I did go in 2023, I was definitely there a couple of times in 2024, I didn't go there last year, but in 2026, I do want to go back to Brighton again, because I do love Brighton, I do miss Brighton, and I think a couple of things have changed since I last went to Brighton. So I do genuinely believe that later this summer I am hopefully going to go to Brighton with Kieran, so that's something that I will be vlogging later this summer. And maybe, who knows, later this summer, maybe in a couple of months' time when the weather gets a bit warmer, I may see if I can meet up with Maxine in Brighton and spend some time in Brighton with her in Brighton. So, yeah, who knows? We'll see what happens, of course. But either way, though, next week, in next week's episode of the weekly vlog, hopefully I'll have some content with Maxine. Really look forward to spending some time with her, and really look forward to catching up with her as well and seeing what she's been up to. And there is a very, very likely chance that there will be some drinks involved. So drink responsibly, by the way. I should always point that out, is you should always drink responsibly, like don't overdo it. So I'm going to do my best next week to not overdo it and not drink too much, because no one likes seeing Steve drunk. I don't like seeing Steve drunk, if I'm very honest. I really don't. So I get up to all sorts of mischief when I've had a couple of drinks. I get up to all sorts of mischief. So, there we go. Anyway, I have been to Asda as well today, because I decided to pick up some dinner for tonight and for tomorrow night as well, which I didn't get earlier when I was at work. So, I picked that up, and I will show you what I've got for my dinner tonight in the next scene of the weekly vlog. It is Wednesday night, by the way, 11:05, and I've decided to come upstairs. I was going to have some dinner, but in all honesty, I'm really not that hungry. So it was going to be some southern fried chicken, so I'm going to have that for my dinner tomorrow night. So I'll show you that a little bit later on in this episode of the weekly vlog. But I am going to have my chocolate bar and also this popcorn as well that I showed you in the last scene of the weekly vlog. That will just keep me going until tomorrow morning when I get up and have breakfast. And I'm going to spend the rest of the evening laying in bed and watching some bits and pieces on my iPad on this Wednesday. Good evening, everyone. It is Thursday evening, by the way. Fast approaching 10 PM, and I've not long got off video call with my friend Kieran over on Discord on my iMac upstairs in my bedroom. Back downstairs in the kitchen. Currently got something in the air fryer cooking for my dinner tonight. It's a late dinner tonight, so I'll show you what I've got for my dinner tonight in the next scene of the weekly vlog. This is what I've got for my dinner tonight. Can I just say, right, this chicken here has got some sort of, I don't know what the hell this is. I don't know if it's blood. I've got no idea. But, I don't know. I really don't know. But either way, this is my dinner tonight. I've got some southern fried chicken drumsticks and chicken thighs for my dinner this evening. Over on YouTube on my iPad, I'm going to watch today's or this week's episode of Hanging Out with Ant and Dec. This is episode 5, where Ant learns the importance of punctuation and what happens when Dec gets the giggles. Also as well, can I just say, next to that, the new trailer, I have already seen this by the way, the new trailer of Toy Story 5 has been released, and it sounds to me like this movie is going to rip everyone's hearts out, like normal, like any of the other Toy Story movies have done in the past. But Toy Story 5 does come out in cinemas on June 19th, 2026. I, for one, given the fact that I'm nearly 30 years old, I'm definitely going to be giving this a watch in cinemas later. God, am I ruddy cold. I am absolutely freezing. Friday night, by the way. It is Friday the 20th of February 2026. Just coming up to 7:30 at the time of recording this part of the weekly vlog. I have been out today with my support worker for a few hours. Went to the Harvester at Boscombe, near Boscombe Pier. And I had Eggs Benedict for my breakfast this morning with a couple of glasses of soft drink refillable, which of course was Pepsi Max. Then after that, he dropped me back home. I went straight out afterwards and went shopping at Tesco in Castle Lane in Bournemouth, where I picked up some bits and pieces that I needed for the next week, because I am off work next week. So I'm not really going to do any shopping next week, so I thought, you know what, I'll do a bit of a food shop, an essential shop as well, at Tesco in Castle Lane. So that's what I did earlier this afternoon. So I walked there and I walked back, and then after that I've done some editing. I've edited this video of the vlog that you guys are currently watching right now, and I have spoken to my dad on the phone as well for about an hour and a half. So just had a bit of a catch up with him to see what he's been up to this week and what I've been up to over this past week as well. And now I'm currently downstairs and I'm just doing myself some dinner, which dinner tonight is in the air fryer as I currently record this part of the weekly vlog. And I will show you what I've got for my dinner tonight in the next scene of the weekly vlog on this Friday night. For my dinner this evening, I've got some baked beans and sausages with some chips and corn chicken nuggets. Now on this Friday night, just about to do the washing up, drying up and putting away from dinner this evening. Good evening, everyone. It is Saturday night, by the way, just fast approaching nearly 9 o'clock on this Saturday night. Today I have been to work. I have done my shift at work, and then straight after work I went over to my sister's for a little bit just to chill out. I've been very tired this afternoon, and now I've come back home from my sister's, I feel very energetic, you know, and I'm moving about. I'm constantly going up and down the stairs. 1 minute I'm down here in the kitchen, next minute I'm upstairs in my bedroom. So but today, me, her and her partner, we did go out briefly. We went to Southern Aquatics, which I believe is in Poole somewhere, which is a pet store. My sister needed a new filter for her fish tank that she's got in her kitchen. So we went to Southern Aquatics to go and get a filter for her fish tank. We had a little bit of a wander around at Southern Aquatics pet store as well. And then my sister stopped off at Lidl's, got a couple of bits for dinner tonight, and they also got some bits and pieces for dinner tomorrow night as well. And then we went back home. My sister tonight for dinner, we had like this pepper chicken masala. Now, it's something that she had found on Facebook, through Facebook Reels, believe it or not. It's a recipe that's done in the slow cooker. And basically what it is it's almost like a chicken tikka masala curry, but except you don't add like tikka masala sauce or anything like that. I think you add chopped tomatoes, you add roasted peppers, you add like a whole bulb of garlic in the dish as well. But my sister didn't do that. Instead, she used garlic puree instead, because she said if she added the whole bulb of garlic into the dish, it probably would have made the dish very garlicky, and I think it would have just overpowered the food, really overpowered it. So she instead used garlic puree for that bit. And then, obviously she did chicken, and then she added chopped tomatoes, and then she did that with some microwavable rice, and then added some cheese on top. So very lovely, delicious meal that was tonight. My sister is learning new recipes through her cookbooks, through things that she finds on social media, whether that's Facebook or Instagram Reels or TikTok videos or something like that, So really, really good. Very delicious food. So there is other things that she has said that she does want to try, and I am looking forward to giving them a go if she does try them or test them out. And I'm there one weekend very soon. So there we go. So we'll see what happens anyway. I mean, I might be seeing her next weekend. I might not be going over to hers next weekend. But we'll see what happens with that. Other than that though, my bedroom, by the way, at my sister's is coming along very well. I have had a little bit of a sneak peek in there today. The ceiling has been painted. I think it just needs another coat of paint, and then they're painting the walls. And then all they need to do is put the bedroom carpet down, set up my bedroom furniture, and then I can then start moving in, which is very, very good. Obviously, if you wasn't about to watch last week's episode of the weekly vlog, where the hell were you? I did reveal that I am going to be very, very soon, hopefully within the next month, I am going to be moving in with my sister on a temporary basis. And I do think it is going to help me in the long run. I really do think it is going to help me in the long run. I've enjoyed living here on my own partially over the last year. It's kind of made me realise what my strengths, what my weaknesses are of living alone and stuff like that. And obviously I'm still going to live alone in the future. I am not putting any doubt on that whatsoever. Of course I'm not, because, that is still something I do want to do, is I still want to live alone and be independent and all of that stuff. But I think given the circumstances, given what the next chapter of my life is going to look like, it is going to be a bit of an emotional time, not just for me, but for my sister as well. And we both feel as though it would just be best if we are both under the same roof, so that we can give each other that support that we are going to need over the course of the next year, maybe year and a half, because we are about to go through an emotional roller coaster behind the scenes of the weekly vlogs that I do for my YouTube channel. So, but maybe I will, if I feel comfortable and confident with talking to you guys about that emotional roller coaster, that may be something that, I might be able to speak to you guys about as the weekly vlogs go on over the course of the next year, maybe the next year and a half. We'll see what happens, of course. But yeah, it is going to be a bit of an emotional time. So, but, obviously as well, there has been some downsides over the last year of me being here on my own. Obviously, I'm getting constant reminders of some bad memories that I've unfortunately had to witness and see in this house. They're not nice memories, especially when it's to do with my mum and her health, when it all went downhill with her health and stuff like that. So, yeah, But nevertheless, though, I appreciate what my sister is doing for me. She's looking forward to having me live with her for a little bit as well, and give her the support that she needs, just like she's going to be giving me the support that I need as well. And there's some other bits and pieces that I will talk to you guys about, but I'll probably talk to you about that once I've moved in. Because there is some other life changes that are going to happen when I move in with my sister. But I will talk to you guys more about that when I move in. When I move in. So that's what I've been up to anyway today. So my sister's not long dropped me back home. I've just been upstairs. I put my phone on charge. And I've just got my work uniform ready for tomorrow. It's my last shift tomorrow for February 2026. As I am taking next week off work. And then I'm back on the 3rd of March. Yes, the 3rd of March. Tuesday the 3rd of March is when I'm back at work again. And then I'm there for a few weeks. And then I'm off again at the very end of March. So, but that's only for 3 days, though. Technically 3 days. I'm off Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, but then I'm having to work on the Sunday. Which is a pain, I know, but it's just the way my holiday entitlement is at work. So, it's holiday. I still get paid. Happy days. Happy days. Happy days. But, nevertheless, though, it's nice for me to have a bit of time off and refresh my batteries, recharge. I'm not having any support sessions next week, which is in a good way, in a way, kind of a good thing, because obviously it gives me more chance and opportunity to focus on content for you guys and stuff. That I am planning to go out and about next week, and I am going to take you guys on that journey of wherever I'm going next week. So I will reveal everywhere that I'm going in next week's episode of the weekly vlog. So you are coming with me on that journey next week, and I'm looking forward to it as well. Other than that, I am now downstairs, and I am just about to sort out my lunch for tomorrow. And then I'm going to go upstairs and chill out upstairs in my bedroom on this Saturday night. Good afternoon, everybody. It is Sunday afternoon, by the way, 4:46 at the time recording this part of the weekly vlog. I have been to work today, and I finished work early today because I had an hour and 45 minutes of holiday to take. So I have put that 1 hour and 45 minutes of holiday to good use, because ever since I have come home from work, I have done 3 loads of washing. I did a load of washing as soon as I got back home, stuck that in the tumble dryer, put another load of washing in the washing machine. That was my second half of my washing basket that I stuck in the washing machine, got that washed, got that dried as well. And I've just put that away upstairs in my bedroom. And because I'm going to be out most of next week, I'm going to go and do bits and pieces outside this house, and I am going to take you guys on that journey with me next week. But I have also decided, instead of doing my bedding tomorrow like I would usually do on a Monday, I've decided to wash my bedding and dry my bedding today. So that is going to be done within the next 10 minutes according to the tumble dryer. So I have done that. And also as well, I'm in my pajamas at the moment, because during my second load of washing I decided to take off the clothes that I was wearing today, get them washed, and instead get in some pajamas. So I've been in my pajamas all afternoon pretty much. But anyway, so I've done that. That's what I've been up to today, is just pretty much just catching up on a bit of housework. I've also emptied the recycling bin as well and got that emptied in the kitchen. And I've also done some cooking as well, and I'll show you guys what I've got for my dinner in just a few short moments. But firstly though, I just want to say that on ITVX on my iPad, I'm just about to catch up with yesterday's episode of Wheel of Fortune on ITVX on my iPad right there. And for dinner this evening, I have got some grated mozzarella cheese on top of a spaghetti bolognese. So that is my dinner for this evening on this Sunday afternoon / evening. It is Sunday night, by the way, and I'm going to wrap this episode of the weekly vlog here. Firstly, I just want to say that earlier in the weekly vlog, I said that I am going to be meeting up with my friend Maxine next week, in next week's episode of the weekly vlog, and we were going to film together and stuff like that. I have just not long ago had a message from my friend Maxine to let me know that she is unable to make it down to Bournemouth next week for reasons that I'm not going to go into. Just for personal reasons, really. But I have said to her that we will meet up, though, sometime soon. So we are still planning to meet up, but we aren't going to be able to meet up next week, unfortunately, okay? But yes, either way, though, when we do get the chance to meet up, I am indeed looking forward to meeting up with Maxine. It's been a very long time coming, meeting up with Maxine, of course. So it is unfortunate that, that I'm not able to see Maxine next week. I was looking forward to it, but it's understandable, though, given the reasons why she isn't able to make it down to Bournemouth. So I will see her very, very soon. And when I do see her very, very soon, I will try my best to vlog as much content with Maxine as I possibly can. Like I normally do whenever I do tend to see Maxine. So that's the first thing I wanted to say, okay? Second thing I wanted to say is for the rest of this evening, I am just about to have a phone call with my granddad. I'm also having a video call with Kieran on my iMac in a few moments as well. And then after that, I am then going to put my bedding back on my bed because that is now dry. And then I'm going to go and have a shower, have a shave, and then get back into these pyjamas that I've been wearing all afternoon, and then probably head off to bed. I have also seen on YouTube, through my phone notifications, that Gabby Thompson has uploaded a new video, which is basically everything she's been up to during the February half term. So it's half an hour long, or just slightly under a half an hour long video. So I will probably try and fit that in before I do head off to bed as well tonight. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching this week's episode of the weekly vlog. I've also got a movie wrap-up video that I need to edit that you guys can see right now on my YouTube channel, SteveOfficial. So if you've not yet checked out this week's episode of the movie wrap-up, feel free to check that out. And then, of course, I've got this weekly vlog, the rest of this weekly vlog to edit for you guys to see, which you're obviously currently watching right now. But listen, guys, thank you very much indeed for watching this episode of the weekly vlog. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please feel free to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section down below. And as always, if you are new around here and you like what you see, feel free to hit that subscribe button down below to become a Stevo. I will be back again on Sunday this weekend, which is Sunday the 1st of March 2026 at 4 PM UK time with another episode of the movie wrap up. And I'll also be back on Monday the 2nd of March 2026 at 4 PM UK time right here on my YouTube channel SteveOfficial, where I'll be giving you guys another episode of the weekly vlog. Just to let you guys know as well before I do head off that there is a brand new episode of Steve's weekly podcast that is coming out on your podcast streaming platforms, whether that be Spotify Music, Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts. That is coming out Friday the 27th of February 2026 at 4 PM UK time. Just search Steve's weekly podcast to listen. I hope you guys do enjoy listening to that podcast. There is also going to be a bonus episode of the weekly podcast coming out on Saturday this weekend, Saturday the 28th of February 2026. Again, that'll be out at 4 PM UK time. But listen to my new episode of the weekly podcast on those podcast streaming platforms to find out why I'm releasing a bonus episode of the weekly podcast, okay? But, guys, until the 1st of March, when I'll be back with my movie wrap-up episode, until then, it's goodbye, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys again in my next YouTube video.